What's up, YouTube? Ryan back today with another Minor League Monday. Today, I have 5 prospects that you guys should buy before the minor league season starts on May 4th. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. I'm going to try to make it pretty quick for you guys, but 5 prospects, 5 that I am invested in, 5 that I really do like and I think are going to be really great in the MLB. And I'll give you guys reasons as to why I think so. So we're just going to go straight off eBay sales today. I know I usually focus on specific card, raw or graded. It is going to be a specific card. It's going to be Bowman Chrome first for all 5 of these players, but we're going to be showing raw and graded sales just so everyone has an option. I know not everyone can afford some of these graded cards, and some of these graded cards are pretty expensive because I just think some of these players, this might be the lowest their cards ever will be, and I'm going to explain that as we go. But we're also going to be talking raw too, because a lot of these raw cards are cheap and very affordable for those of you that might not have the money to spend, and I completely get that. So without further ado, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, let me know in the comments what you guys think at the end. You guys like these 5 prospects? You think any of them are going to be bust, waste of money? Let me know in the comments. Let's do this thing. Player number 1. First player we're talking about today, you guys, is Heliot Ramos for the San Francisco Giants. He's a number 73 prospect based off the MLB pipeline in the MLB. So 73rd overall. He's 21 years old. He's 6'1", 188, so a pretty big kid. He was the Giants' first-round draft pick back in 2017. And honestly, I've been on the bandwagon since 2017. I just think he's a really good player. We can show a little bit of his stats really quick. 2017, he hit 348, absolutely killed rookie ball, 404 on base percentage, hit 6 home runs. Really great in 35 games, right? 2018, he regressed. He had a little sophomore slump in pro ball, 245 with a 313 on base percentage. Did hit 11 home runs, but, you know, it was regressed year for sure. And then 2019, he bounces back, hits 290, 369 on base percentage, hits 16 home runs in 102 games. Love to see that in the minors. Since 2019, I've been, all right, Heliot Ramos is back. Love to see it. And then in spring training this year, he played really well. He actually won MVP for the Giants for spring. Hit 410 with a 425 on base percentage, 1100 OPS, hit 3 home runs on top of that in 21 games and 40 plate appearances. So really good stuff there. He only walked 1 time, which is a little concerning, but I still think the ability to hit for Heliot Ramos is there, and it's ridiculous. So we're going to check out his card prices. So Heliot Ramos, you guys, his cards are pretty affordable. Refractor, $25 raw. Autograph, $80 raw. Honestly, I like that buy. Bowman Chrome base, only $3 there. BGS 9.5 with a 10 auto on his refractor, $157. Like, that is not bad at all for Bowman Chrome autographs these days. PSA 10, it's crazy how much of a demand that is. Like, how is that the difference in pricing? A base goes for $244 and a refractor goes for $157 just because it's in a BGS slab. So yeah, I just think that's a crazy buying opportunity. And literally on the same day, both at auction. Like, that's nuts. As we go down some more, his refractor, PSA 10, $160. You know, it's a little more expensive than I would probably spend on him, but it's still not the worst in the world because I do think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be a really good player. He has unreal power, and I think he's going to show that. I think he's going to be a staple for the Giants. I really do. I think he's going to be the guy. When you think about the Giants in 5 years, you're going to be like, oh, Heliot Ramos. Like, that dude is carrying that team. Like, I do think he's that type of player, and I think he can be that good. So as we keep going through the prices, $22 refractor there, $15 for the base. Again, I do think 15 is a little expensive on the base, but what I would look for with Heliot Ramos, you guys, and I'll keep scrolling through them, but if you can find his base under 10, under $5 especially, I think it's a great buy. Refractor, if you can get under 20, I would love to see it. Like, I wouldn't kick myself if I bought this right here, $18 refractor. Like, I'm not going to be mad at that purchase. Obviously, you need to check quality, ask questions before you buy these cards because, you know, if these end up grading out well, then it's a perfect buy. If you're going to keep them raw, then, you know, it doesn't matter that much. But if you intend on grading, and that's where you're really going to get the value from, definitely ask questions. But yeah, Heliot Ramos, amazing in spring training. We're definitely going to see him this year. There's no way we don't see him on the MLB roster this year. So I do think he's going to get that MLB debut hype as well. Unless something crazy happens and he's terrible in the minors. Like, I think that Giants team is very replaceable. outside of just a couple people. So if any of those outfielders slip up and he's hitting well down in the minors, like they're bringing him up immediately. So it could be as soon as this month, next month, and maybe not, maybe later in the year. Who knows, depending on all the situations. But I think at any moment they could bring up Heliot Ramos and he could get a shot at this thing. Number 2 on the list today, you guys, Jordan Groshans, Toronto Blue Jays, the number 39 prospect overall. This guy, I don't want to say the word obsessed with, but I really like Jordan Groshans. He's one of my favorite prospects in the minor league system. I just think his ability to hit the baseball is so good. Like, the dude hits. And he's affordable, and that's the real reason why I like him so much. Like, very, very affordable. He's a number 3 prospect in that Blue Jays system, but that's behind Nate Pearson and Austin Martin, who's really hyped from the last draft. I think Jordan Groshans should be their number 1 prospect. I really do. I think he's the best hitter in the 2018 draft class. I do. Like, I think he's so good, and we're going to jump into his stats here in a little bit, but he's 21 years old, so he's still young. 6'3", 205, so big kid. Plays the hot corner. He's the 12th overall pick in the 2018 draft. Scouts grade him very well. Check those out. And then his statistics, you guys. So 2018, he did really well for rookie ball. Really well. Hit 296, had a 353 on base percentage, and had 5 home runs. You know, really solid rookie year, especially with someone coming out of high school. Like, very, very impressive. 2019, he actually gets hurt, and it sucks because he was breaking out. Like, if he didn't get hurt in 2019, I think he might be even a top 20 prospect, maybe even higher, because he hit 337 with 2 home runs and a 427 on base percentage. Like, he was showing the power more than in his first year. He was hitting unbelievable, and then he got hurt. So I think that hurts his ranking a little bit, but his ability to hit is clearly there. Very impressive stuff with Jordan Groshans with the bat. He did play in spring training, only had 1 hit. He only played in 12 games, but I think he only had 11 plate appearances in 12 games that he played in. So it was all pretty much pinch hit opportunities. So I'm not going to look into his spring training numbers at all. But Jordan Groshans, this is a guy we might see this year. I am definitely expecting him next year for sure, like no matter what, hands down. But I think he's going to grow stock, and I really do believe that. I think his 39 ranking is going to go up a lot. He might become a top 20 prospect, like I said, by the end of the year. And just that alone is going to jump up his prices, and that's why I'm promoting Jordan Groshans in this video. So Jordan Groshans, he's affordable, you guys. If you guys see on the left side, base for $9, refractor for $11.50, base $9, PSA 9 for $15. Like, that's way cheaper than a grading fee these days. I would buy that in a second. $18.99 for refractor there. 2 Bowman Chrome firsts for $6, you guys. Like, really cheap. You can get his base cards under $5, his refractor under $10 raw. And then even here, refractor, PSA 10, $70. Like, I need to buy that. Like, I'm going to be looking for that card at that price, and if it's there, I'm going to buy it. I actually just bought his refractor auto, and it's not going to be on here because I actually purchased it off of ComC because I flipped a card on there that worked out really well. And I bought his refractor auto for $89 or $83. I can't remember exactly what it was, but like, really cheap for a refractor auto is awesome. $60 raw for the base auto there. $230 for the base auto and a PSA 10. It's not that bad. It's really not. When you see some of these prices these days, it's not that bad. $135 for the Mojo PSA 10. I don't hate that buy at all either. I just think he's a really good hitter, and his raw stuff especially is what stands out to me as buying opportunities. And like his base Bowman Chrome at $50, yeah, sign me up. But his raw stuff is what I get really excited about. His raw stuff is super affordable. That 2018 Bowman draft is really high quality cards. Obviously, check quality again, ask questions. But 2018, I haven't had much issues with. Like, it's a really well produced set, and the borders are awesome on the card. I love the 2018 design because you can see the centering immediately. I love those borders. They're very distinct and obvious for centering. So if you do intend on grading, it makes it that much easier. So Jordan Groshans had to be on my list today. He's affordable, and I just think he's an elite hitter. I think he's going to boost up his prospect ranking a lot this year. If he has a big year, again, he could be a top 20 prospect, maybe even higher, depending how well he does. A lot of people really like Jordan Groshans, so he does have a little bit of hype on his name, which is going to help out a lot if he does end up playing well again. So that's why he makes my list today. Next up on my list, you guys, Nolan Jones, Cleveland Indians. He's their number 1 prospect. He was their 2nd round draft pick back in 2016. He's 22. He's 6'4", 195. We're going to see him this year. If the Indians don't bring him up this year, they're doing him a disservice. And I think he's still affordable. Like, I really do. For the talent and potential that Nolan Jones has, I think he's very affordable. 2016, does okay in rookie ball. Ends up having a 388 on base percentage like that. Comes back 2017 and destroys it. 317, he hits 4 home runs, 430 on base percentage. Shows that he can take a walk, 43 walks in 62 games. Love to see it. Improvements. 2018, he blew up. Hit 283, he added 19 home runs on top of that. So the power really showed up, and then a 405 on base percentage. And if you're seeing a trend here, it's a 400 on base percentage is what I love to see in prospects. And that's what he has. 2019, he does more of the same, 272, but he has a 400 on base percentage, and then he hits 15 more home runs in 126 games. So he's showing that his power is becoming more consistent. Love to see that. And then in spring training this year, he did really well. The power really wasn't there. He had a 375 batting average, 583 on base percentage, and the 958 OPS. So ended up walking 4 more times in 8 games. 4 walks out of 12 plate appearances. That just seems like it's going to be pretty consistent with him. He has a really, really good approach, and it just seems like that's what he's great at. I will say he struggles a little bit against lefties, and specifically one year he hit 167. I can't remember what year it was, but he hit 167 against lefties, so he has to work on that. Other years weren't as bad, but if he can learn to hit lefties, I'm telling you guys, this guy's going to be an MVP caliber player. If not, I still think he's going to be an all-star. Like, I do. Like, that approach at the plate, like, he led the entire minor league system with 96 walks in 2019. Like, the approach at the plate is super good. He destroys righties. If he just learns to hit lefties just a little bit, like, he's going to take walks regardless against lefties. But if he can hit them as well, just watch out. Nolan Jones, I really, really like, and he's still affordable. We're going to jump into his prices really quick. 2016 Bowman Chrome Draft, Refractor PSA 10, $95 for a Refractor PSA 10 for a #1 prospect in a system. Love it. You guys know me. I have the PSA 10 auto. I bought it for $145. Right here's a good example. BGS 95 with a 10, $128. Like, I am not mad at that purchase at all. I would never be mad at someone for buying that. A lot of 4 Bowman Chrome right here for $23. I have about 40 of these. I bought it in a lot like 2 years ago for like $1 a piece. It was crazy. They're all terrible quality, but it's still fun that I have a bunch of his stuff. PSA 9 Refractor, $23. Again, to upgrade a card at PSA right now, it's $25. So then we have the Raw Auto, $82. Lot of 5, $27. So like just over $5 a card. PSA 10 Auto right there sold for $250. I like seeing that because I have that card, but like that seems more realistic to me. Like just where prices are at, like that's still not terrible where some of these autographs are. You look at those really top prospects, they're Bowman Chrome Auto selling for $1,500. Like, it's crazy. Refractor Raw, $15. And I'll keep scrolling, but I want to say if you can get the base card for $5 or less, do it. And if you can get the Refractor for $10 or less, do it because it's definitely realistic. I'm going to scroll and see if we can find a Refractor that sold for under $10. Sky Blue, $25. Solid there. Sky Blue and Refractor for $28. That's an awesome little lot there. And then I'm not going to go any farther, but $10.50 on the Refractor. That's not bad. Right around that $10 range. I do like that purchase. Obviously, check quality, ask questions again. I'm just going to say that every single time today because, like I said, I bought a lot of like 40 cards in Nolan Jones, and pretty much all of them have quality concerns. So I think that's got to be pretty common for this card. Definitely watch out for it. I'm sure the pop reports are not very high for this 2016 Nolan Jones card in a PSA 10. Had to add him on my list today. I think he has an extremely good approach, and that's just something you can't really teach. You can't teach patience at the plate. You really can't. I mean, maybe over a long period of time you can, but someone at his age who's going to be debuting at 22 years old, I think he can be an instant impact. He could be up there with Rookie of the Year considerations this year, depending on when he comes up. If he doesn't come up this year, I swear I'm going to drive down to Cleveland and like yell at their owner or something because he's like, if there's any prospect out there that's ready to come up that deserves it, it's Nolan Jones. I thought maybe we would see him last year, but we'll see. That organization needs help. Like the Indians are not like a stacked lineup. They're like, oh, we don't need him. So they definitely need him. He should be coming up this year. I think he's a good buy right now. All right, these next 2 players, they're pretty expensive. I'm not going to lie, but this is what I was talking about earlier when I said I think these cards might be the lowest we ever see them because I think they're that good. Julio Rodriguez, you guys know how much I like Julio Rodriguez. If you guys do not, Julio Rodriguez is one of my favorite prospects in MLB, and he might be my favorite as of right now. He's a gigantic kid. He's only 20 years old. He's 6'3", 180, and that is definitely a lie. I cannot wait to see his updated height and strength and weight. Like, hey, he's not 6'3", 180 anymore. He is a big dude. But he's basically been unstoppable in the minor leagues. He has 2 seasons under his belt. He was a 2017 international signee, so he played 2018, 2019. And as you guys can see, absolutely destroyed it. 315 with 5 home runs over 60 games and a 404 on base percentage in 2018. 2019 does even better. Hits 326 with 12 home runs, so adds more power. A little less on base percentage at 390, but nonetheless, really solid 2019 year. With the year off in 2021 spring training this year, he did pretty much what I expected him to do. I just think he's so good, like unbelievably good. And he showed it. And honestly, he showed out even better than I expected, because I thought maybe he would need a few at-bats to get going, maybe show a little bit of signs of struggle, but he pretty much showed that he's MLB ready, like right now. Like, I didn't think that we would see him this year, but there's a slight chance maybe still, just because of what he did in spring training, showing that he is ready. Like, straight up. Like, he is ready. But I'm not going to be out there and say that we're going to see him this year. I still expect to see him next year at the latest. Like, he should be starting with a team next year no matter what. But in spring training, he did really well. 313, 2 home runs over 18 games and 38 plate appearances. He also walked 6 times, so he had a 421 on base percentage, 984 OPS. Like, he had a really good spring, and some of his home runs were absolutely mashed. So check those out if you would like. But Julio Rodriguez, you guys, this dude is really good. He's number 5 prospect overall. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. And this just might be the lowest we ever see his cards. Like, straight up. They're expensive, though. So let's go through and check them out. He's definitely on that elite level of pricing for prospects. But he's still under the Wander Franco prices and what Luis Robert was last year. So base card you can still get for like less than $30, $27, $25. And I don't hate that purchase. Obviously, it needs to be in good condition. If you can make sure it's in good condition, like, I'm happy with that purchase just because of how good he is. Mojo Refractor PSA 10 167. I think this could be a $300 card. Like, straight up. You see Wander Franco's prices. Like, this was a $400 card for Wander Franco. And I think Julio Rodriguez brings more to the table than Wander Franco. Honestly, just because his size, I think he's going to play better as far as power projections in the MLB. I think at his size, like, I think he'll get more hype than Wander Franco. I just do. Like, especially over the course of his MLB career. Like, I see more consistent power numbers with Julio. Again, $26 for the base. He was in regular Bowman Chrome, so his refractor is numbered. So we don't have that today really to show as like a fair price card. So it's going to be very expensive for any of his numbered stuff. But his Mojo and his base card is what we're looking at primarily. So $177 there, $155 there. Both Mojos, PSA 10. Base PSA 10, 152. And I think that's even more a little expensive. I like this price a little bit better. 131 for PSA 10 base card. Like, I think that's a solid buy. Like, I definitely think this is going to be a $200, maybe $300 card by the time he comes up and makes an impact on the league. He's just someone that hasn't struggled at all. And his talent it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Like, he's that good. He really is absolutely amazing. His auto is expensive. Like, I was talking about expensive Bowman First autos. 9.5 of the 10 here, $1,000. $787 there. I wonder if we can find a PSA 10 auto. Here you go, $1,700. So when you want to talk about expensive Bowman Chrome First autos to compare to those other guys too, there you go. But yeah, guys, Julio Rodriguez, I just think he's a special talent. I really do. Like, very special talent. He's only 20 years old too, so he's either going to debut at 20 years old or 21 years old. So very young debut still. I know people love seeing the 18-year-old debuts, 19-year-old debuts, but COVID messed that up immensely. Like, he would be debuting this year probably if he had another year in the minors under his belt. Julio Rodriguez, I think it's the lowest his card's going to be right now. You're looking $25, $30 for his base card. Then as far as graded stuff, 130 range for his base and 160, 175 range for the Mojos. And we're going to be having a similar song and dance here for the last player on our list today, you guys. Marco Luciano, San Francisco Giants. Again, I think this guy could be the number 1 prospect in baseball by the end of this year. I really do. And he struggled in spring training, which is amazing because his prices didn't move. If anything, they even went down because when he was brought up to spring training this year, his stuff blew up and they're back down to where they were because of his performance. And I think it's great. I think it's an actual buying opportunity. He's still expensive. He's in a similar Similar spot as Julio Rodriguez, where I just think these are going to be the lowest we might ever see Marco Luciano stuff again. So Marco Luciano, he's only 19 years old. He's 6'2", 178, and he's in the same boat as Julio Rodriguez. He is not that anymore. I cannot wait to see the updated number because supposedly he was 205 in spring training this year, which is huge. And he already had power before that. He hit 302 with 10 home runs in 47 games in his rookie year. That was between a short season at 9 and rookie ball with 38 games played. Absolutely amazing. 417 on base percentage. Killed it. So the hype was there for Marco Luciano. He was actually known as like the bat flipper of his league. Like the no doubt home runs with bat flips. It was Marco Luciano. So he's going to have that type of hype eventually as like the Ronald Acuñas, the Fernando Tatises. Like he has that swag to him that I think people are really going to like and gain a lot of traction from. So with his card prices, similar to Julio Rodriguez, you guys, I just think these are the cheapest we're going to see him. Again, in spring training, he played really bad. Like he played really bad. 138 over 21 games. But he played really solid defense, which is what a lot of people were most concerned about. Like people aren't worried about his bat. And I love that he did not perform too crazy because his card prices were going nuts. And I'll talk about it a little bit as we go through these card prices. But right off the bat, we have 2 Bowman Chrome base for $40. Bowman Chrome base during spring training, before they realized he wasn't playing great, the hype, it was about like a $35 to $40 card. $22 there. $80 for 2 Mojos. Like I don't hate that at all. Obviously check condition. If you can grade these cards, they're going to be worth a lot of money someday. $175 for Mojo. I don't hate that at all. And I really want to talk about the Mojo because I bought this Mojo for $165 PSA 10, and I love that price. I really do. And even here, you can see one sold at $145 at PSA 10. Like I think that's a good price. I really do. BGS 95 with a 10 auto for the base card. $925. It's more expensive. It really is. But again, if this guy ends up being the #1 prospect, close to it, like it could be like a $2,000 card. You never know. The stuff he has, the talent he has, I think he might be the most talented player in the minors. Jason Dominguez might be right there with him, but this guy I would rather have. Like I like his frame a lot more. Jason Dominguez is like a bowling ball. Base PSA 10, $130. So same range, $120, $130 for his base card. Same range as Julio Rodriguez. I just think it's going to be the cheapest we're going to see it right now. I really do. I think it's going to be a $200, $300, $400 card moving forward. Same with the Mojo, like we were just saying. I bought for $165. Like I really do think that could be a $400 card. As long as he keeps progressing, like he's going to be right there with the top young players in the MLB when he makes his debut. I know I said it with Heliot Ramos earlier in the video, but Marco Luciano is going to be the guy that when you think San Francisco Giants, you're going to be like, oh, Marco Luciano and Heliot Ramos, wow. Like those are good players on that team. And here's one refractor. It's out of Bowman. It's not out of Bowman Draft, so the refractors are numbered to $4.99. It's expensive, $146. So there's the one comp I'll show on that. But you guys, $20 for Bowman Chrome, like I don't hate that right now. I really don't. Like I said, this card was like almost a $40 card when he started getting his hype at spring training. So pretty much all of his cards have regressed from spring training, and I love it. Definitely opportunities to buy. I'm probably going to try to buy a little bit more of him before the season personally. I know I have stuff already, but I'll probably try to pick up some more before the season starts just because if he does come out and boom, like this stuff's going to keep going up. That 14th ranking is going to turn into a top 10. It's going to maybe turn into a top 5. I think it could be #1, but we'll see. We'll see how he does. But yeah, I just think these might be the cheapest these cards will be for a long time. Marco Luciano, like I said, he might be the most talented player in the minor leagues. Super excited to see what he can do here. There's just really not much he can't do. Like he plays really good defense, has a really strong arm, and offensively, he can hit, he can barrel up baseballs, he can draw a walk, he can hit for power. Like ridiculous power. He had 119 exit velocity in one of his home runs in 2019. So yeah, just keep that number in your head. But yeah, you guys, that's it for today's Minor League Monday. 5 players that I just think are good buys before the season. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of these players. Let me know positive or negative feedback. I love both. Let me know if you love these guys. Let me know if you hate these guys. So let me know in the comments. But yeah, guys, thank you guys as always for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Thank you guys for watching as always. And you guys have a great rest of your day. See ya.